Alright, so full transparency, this video almost didn't happen. I was sitting here recording a totally different version of this topic. A quick little short, maybe 2 minutes, just giving some tips on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. And honestly, I hated every second of it. I sounded like a robot. I was talking way too fast, like I was trying to beat a timer. No emotion, no real examples, nothing that felt like me. And I sat there in my bed after stopping the recording, just staring at the ceiling for like 10 minutes thinking, do I even want to post this? Does this even fit what this channel is supposed to be? And then I realized I was overthinking it. So here we are. I am going to give you the real version, the one that actually sounds like me talking to you like a friend. So let me start by saying this. I know what it feels like to be stuck. I am 27 now, and I look back at who I was at 22, and honestly, it is embarrassing. I was living in that cycle where every single paycheck was already spoken for before I even got it. I remember sitting at my kitchen table, doing the math in my head, trying to figure out if I could afford to grab fast food or if I had to eat whatever was left in the pantry. And the worst part was, I knew I was doing it to myself, but I didn't know how to stop. So if that is where you are at right now, I want you to know, I am not here to judge you. I am here to tell you what worked for me and hope it helps you too. Living paycheck to paycheck is not just a money problem, it is a mental problem. It is exhausting. You feel like you are running on a treadmill that never stops, and the moment you slow down, you're going to fall off. There were nights I couldn't sleep because I was worried about a bill coming due that I didn't have the money for. And the worst part was I was making enough money to be okay, but I was bleeding it out on stupid stuff. Take out new clothes I didn't need. Bar tabs on weekends, subscriptions I forgot I even had. It was death by 1,000 cuts. So if you are in that place right now, here are the 4 things I actually did to get out. These aren't theoretical. These aren't some finance guru telling you to stop buying coffee. These are the real steps I took when I was in your shoes. Number 1, I did a no spend month. And I know what you are thinking. That sounds extreme, and yeah, it kind of is. But sometimes you need extreme to break a bad habit. Here is how it works for 1 month. You do not spend a single dollar on anything that isn't a necessity. Rent, utilities, groceries, gas, that is it. No eating out, no new clothes, no video games, no coffee shops, no Amazon impulse buys, nothing. And I am not going to lie to you, the first week sucked. There were moments where I was bored and my hand literally reached for my phone to order food out of habit. But by week 2, something shifted. I started realizing how much of my spending was just automatic. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just spending because that is what I was used to doing. At the end of that month, I had saved way more than I expected, and I put every single dollar of that into a high-yield savings account. That was the beginning of my emergency fund. My actual boss at the time did this every single January, not just to reset her spending, but also because her income was variable with tips, and she needed a clear picture of what her baseline expenses really were. So yeah, it sounds crazy, but it works, and if you've never tried it, I dare you to do it for just 1 month. Number 2, I set up an automatic savings plan. This one is so simple, but it changed everything for me. I set up my bank account so that the day after my paycheck hit, a portion of that money would automatically transfer into my savings account before I could even touch it. I started with just $50 per Pascal check. That is it. But that $50 added up fast because I never saw it, I never missed it. And that is the whole trick. You don't have to be disciplined when the system does it for you. If you are the kind of person who tells yourself, ILL, save whatever is left. At the end of the month, let me save you some time, there is never anything left. That is just the truth. So flip it around, pay yourself first, even if it is $20, even if it is $10. Just start. And if you want to get fancy, some people use apps like Acorns or other roundup tools that invest your spare change. Ivy never personally used Acorns, so I can vouch for it, but the idea is solid. The key is removing the thinking part. Make saving automatic and you be surprised how fast it adds up. Number 3 is the one that sneaks up on most people, and it is called lifestyle inflation. This was my biggest enemy. Every time I got a raise or a bigger paycheck, I immediately found a way to spend it. I tell myself, oh, now I can afford a nicer apartment, or oh, I deserve this new gadget because I've been working hard. And look, I am not saying you should never treat yourself. But what I am saying is that if you let your lifestyle creep up every time your income goes up, you never get ahead. You just be broke at a higher income level. And I've seen people making 6 figures who are still living paycheck to paycheck. That is not a money problem. That is a habit problem. So here's what I did. When I got a raise, I pretended I didn't. I kept living on my old income, and I funneled that extra money straight into savings and debt payments. That one decision alone probably accelerated my financial progress by 2 years easy. So before you upgrade your life, ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just looking for an excuse to spend? Number 4, and this is the hard one, pay off your debt. I know when you are living paycheck to paycheck, the idea of throwing extra money at debt feels impossible, but I promise you, it is not. I had credit card debt and a small personal loan hanging over my head for way too long, and I used what is called the avalanche method. That is where you pay the minimum on all your debts and then you throw every extra dollar you can find at the debt with the highest interest rate. First, the snowball method is also solid, and that one focuses on paying off the smallest balance first for the psychological win. Both work. I just preferred the avalanche because it saved me more money and interest long term, but honestly, either one is better than doing nothing. I remember the day I made my last debt payment. I was sitting in my car in the parking lot of my apartment, and I just sat there for a minute feeling the weight lift off my shoulders. It was one of the best feelings I've ever had, and I want that for you too. But here's the reality check, and I am not trying to be mean when I say this. A lot of people already know exactly what they need to do. They know they should spend less, they know they should save more, they know they should pay off their debt, but they don't do it. And the reason is usually not about money, it is about discipline. It is about choosing short-term comfort over long-term freedom. And I get it because I was that guy too. But at some point you have to pick your poison. You can either live semi-comfortably in the cycle forever and never really get ahead, or you can live pretty crappy for a little while. Sacrifice some of the fun stuff and actually build something real for your future. And I know some of you out there are genuinely struggling. I know some people are doing everything right and still barely getting by because the cost of living is insane and wages haven't kept up. For those of you, I see you, I hear you, and I am rooting for you. Keep going, keep fighting. It won't be like this forever. All right, so that is the paycheck to paycheck advice, but now I want to talk about something else. I told you at the beginning that this video almost didn't happen, and the reason is I was trying to make a short video for YouTube Shorts. I wanted to give quick little lessons like what is an expense ratio, what does PE mean, what is the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, just bite-sized stuff that helps people understand the basics without having to sit through a 20-minute lecture. But when I recorded it, it felt wrong. I was talking fast, I felt robotic. I couldn't put any of my own stories in because I was trying to keep it under 60 seconds, and I sat there thinking, do shorts even fit this channel? My channel has always been more like a conversation, you know, like old school video commentaries where it is just me talking to you like we were hanging out. And I was worried that if I started making shorts, people would feel like I was selling out or chasing algorithm stuff. But here's the thing, I genuinely want to help people. And if I can explain something in 30 seconds instead of making you sit through a 10-minute video just for the algorithm, I think that is a better use of your time. But I don't want to do it if it feels fake. So I need your help. If you are watching this, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Would you want to see quick tip style shorts mixed in with the longer conversational videos, or do you prefer the longer format where I can really dive deep? I genuinely want to know because this channel is for you, not for me. And I'd rather make content that actually helps than content that just gets views. So yeah, that is where I am at. I am 27. I am just an average dude who made a lot of dumb money mistakes in his 20s, and now I am trying to share what I learned so you don't have to make the same ones. If this video helped you even a little bit, drop a like and maybe subscribe. It honestly means more than you know. And if you are still stuck in that paycheck to paycheck cycle, I want you to pick one thing from this video and start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, even if it is just setting up that automatic transfer, even if it is deciding to have a no-spend week instead of a full month, just start, because the only way out is through, and you've got this piece.